Didn't mean to press that yet. Alright. After a 1-day delay where I was very absent-minded and very drowsy, and I knew that recording would probably just put me to sleep, so I didn't. No, that's not a yawn because I'm tired. That's a yawn because I brought up being tired. That's how yawning infects me, I suppose. Oh. I'm real professional, I swear. Normally, that kind of toilet humor doesn't even faze me when I see it anywhere else. Which is what just makes it all the more worse for me, because I do it myself, but I can't take watching it. It's interesting thing to note too. Of course, as I have mentioned before, I also forgot to put a description in episode 1 of this. I was very not all there yesterday. That seems to be a bit loud. I don't know yet. I guess I'll know when I rev the engine. That sounds weird. It's like a leaky hose or something. I don't even know what that sounds like. Oh, my little position lights are on. I saw that. Sox is in a good takedown position here. He's got 2 BMWs in front of him. And one to his left, but I don't know if we can really do anything about that. Literally, because that's what that is that. Meanwhile, I believe that some Chaos Viper got into Race Cam up ahead, but Race Cam stayed on the road. So I don't really feel the urge to go to the replay for that. But originally, as I've said before, in a competition I believe at the end of Act 10, Powerpuff Girls are definitely not supposed to be the only... What the heck just happened? Why is our Dodge dead? I see that, right? I don't know who's in last. Oh, he just took a little trip in the grass trying to get around 60 meters. That's what happened. Oh, okay. Oh, moving on. So Fast is in the lead again, but this time with yet another Countach right in tow. Countach. Oh, I haven't actually heard the second one, third one, but I've heard either way. It's sort of like Data or Data or Tomato, even though no one says tomato. I've never heard it in my life, but I've definitely heard Data, even though I say Data. Actually, they say Data and Velocity X all the time. I don't think they say Data at all. They just say Data, which... But anyway, it won't be on the show, but even when it came time to put them in the event, the Powerpuffs weren't the only ones that were planned. But, given the ties that Hot Wheels has with Cartoon Network, given World Race was a direct-to-video movie, but it was also aired on Cartoon Network in the early to mid-thousands after it came out, up to like 2006 or so when the Cell Racers came out. So that's one thing there. And there was actually like a there was actually one time a direct-to-movie marathon. They played this is one way that I know it's like meant to be. They played World Race, and then immediately afterwards they played the Powerpuff Girls movie, which I faintly remembered, and sort of came rushing back in a sense to me when I watched the movie again, like a year-ish ago. I don't know why I'm keeping the camera on me. I'm not the point. Alex is a valid point, and he's already hit somebody. I imagine it might have been Mojo Jojo. No? He hasn't really passed anyone else yet, so that's weird. Marksman's already made decent recovery. Oh yeah, where's he? Burn is in third. No, he's in third. I'm just not paying attention to where people are. Of course, Chaos Viper has some damage as well. This is not what I wanted. I wanted Alex. Oh, what the heck, Alex? Burn did that little exact thing, and this time you can't even do it. Oh, hello, Burn. This is gonna be interesting. Two Lamborghinis are duking it out. And I think Burn will come off the better. So Fast has finally been dethroned, apparently. Of course, this is Burn's car, basically, so the fact that he did that really isn't all that much of a surprise, but let's see how So Fast can, if he does end up doing so, retaliate. He might hit him, he might break dive, he might do nothing. He will hit him, he will spin him around, he will do that, and get very confused. Okay, there he found his line again. Well, we had contact with one Lamborghini finally, albeit not very effective, and also on another Lamborghini, but contact happened. Alex pushed it to the limit on those brakes. What the heck? Hello, Carbon. What has imposed this upon you? Who the heck? Oh, I bet it was Alex. Seeing as I can't really imagine who else it would be. Oh yeah. Shoryuken! Oh man, he got some distance. Oh man, it's like a half Johnny Bravo impression there. Oh mama. Boom. And Carbon, dazed, confused, and Alexed. Very efficient maneuver there. Oh. I was like, I hear another engine there. Oh yeah, Raceman's like right on top of him. I forgot Mojo Jojo was in a blue car. I thought he was in purple. That's that. Who's right behind him? Danny is not having a good race. Meanwhile, I'm just escaping in my, like, steel-based car. Like, the color of, like, the steel, like, equipment company. That's what I think of when I see that orange. Hello, Chaos. Just saying hello. Now you can say goodbye, because that car is much faster than yours. I got incredibly confused for a second, because I didn't know who that was. I was like, that's not RX-7. It sounded like Race Cam, who is in 8th, but that he wouldn't be up here. So in all reality, this is actually a Mustang track. Mustang has power, doesn't have handling. True to really any self-respecting American automobile. can hit a solid top speed. This has got another gear in there, by the way. Brakes are handling is even worse. And so that's why it never really performs that well at most courses. So anyway, back to the different shows topic. Originally there was another show that I really like as a kid, which is the only one from Disney that I enjoyed. And I say as a kid a little loosely, but then again, does that really even matter at this point? I'm 17, I'm watching the Powerpuff Girls like it's 2001 again. The original ones, not the reboot. I don't know why I feel like I have to like specify, but you know, I watched the one that people actually respect as a TV show. So even the ones that don't like it, but the new one I can't even. Man is now trying to pass so fast. It was at one point so fast his car. Yeah, he might have had a better run around that corner, but the acceleration on this car is ludicrous. So fast, I think it's too far. Will be too far away to try and brake dive him, unfortunately. Switching angles would also provide some interesting problems as well, so... He will instead actually do precisely that. Oh my lord, so fast. That was, again, incredibly effective. It isn't quite as amazing when I know when I perceive the possibility that may happen, but it's still crazy when it does anyway. Because the way that cars get hit in this game sort of like almost makes them paperweight. Now is revealed the true braking force of, or lack thereof, the Lamborghinis and why they're the aggressor vehicles. I'm going to give a little lore drop too. Another thing I didn't mention in the description, Carbon and I split the racers. We also split the cars, like split decision between who has what car. Well, specifically, Carbon usually chose the vehicles for the earthbound, or for the earthbound. Okay, we'll go with that. The earth-based drivers. That'd be your Captain Falcon, even though that's a stretch. Hello again. That time Alex does not get anywhere. Not so effective this time for you, Alex. You might want to go back to Velocity X with that act. Oh yeah, I forgot. Alex decimated him. Or not Alex, so fast, decimated Raceman, and then is still in fourth. I don't know where I was going with that. He's still in the race. I don't know why, for some reason, my mind thought that he wasn't. So anyway, the other show that was originally planned to potentially play a part in this series was Phineas and Ferb, a show from Disney around 2007 to 2015, the longest animated series runtime for any Disney Channel series, that barely beat out Kim Possible by about a year. I would put the actors into gaming terms because, like, I suppose being a Nick kid, you weren't familiar with the Disney actors. The only one that I can remember off the top of my head is Phineas. Of course, the main character is voiced by the same guy, Vincent Martella, who did I think the main character named Hope on Final Fantasy X. Ironically, if you are familiar enough with that game, you will also know that that game also has voice acting from Tara Strong, who is also Bubbles, and Timmy Turner, and Raven, and I can get into that gag because that well's run dry like a decade ago. Everyone knows she does too many darn roles for her own good. But I mean, she didn't show me any signs of fatigue. See if Santino's gonna nick him off the line. I don't think there's enough time. No, not when you do that, no. So, 25 seconds away from me, Burn will come in second. 25 and a half seconds away. 16 was only a tenth off because he, like, got blocked, I guess. I don't even know. Race Cam, despite the odds, will claim a resounding 6th. And I think it's like his best finish. Helped, I suppose, by 3 other cars not making it to the finish line. Actually, 3 and 7th. Bojo in 8th, Ryan in 9th, Thad in 10th. So and Danny in their not so fast Japanese rides end up in last place, basically. The Japanese cars are handling based, for sure. So now we advance to Red Bull Ring. But 2 things with Phineas and Ferb that, well, 1, it's Disney, and I basically said the biggest reason, especially, other than the fact that I knew you knew of the Powerpuff Girls because of the mention of the potential Mojo Jojo Go-Go playthrough that you are considering to do somewhere down the line, which was the inspiration for putting such characters into the game, into this, because I knew you would, therefore knew you were familiar with them as characters, and therefore it wouldn't be totally lost on you in that regard. And also just because, like, Hot Wheels has this affiliation with Cartoon Network in specific, they never really did anything with Disney or Nickelodeon, so therefore they associated them with CN and Warner Brothers more than they do anything else. Given all the Hot Wheels movies, as well as the show Battle Force 5, were aired on Cartoon Network and exclusively on Cartoon Network affiliated channels and whatnot, that's kind of how I feel like, okay, so Hot Wheels is like, or Cartoon Network is sort of Hot Wheels canon, or Hot Wheels is Cartoon Network canon, however you want to look at that. But also because, like, the Powerpuff Girls work because their show, even the original show, had sometimes some very serious tones to it. I mean, they're little girls, but they kind of dealt with, like, a lot of stuff. No horror movie, but, like, sometimes got there. Like episodes like Speed Demon and Twisted Sister. And then there was other things like adult jokes. Phineas and Ferb didn't ever do any of that. The show was as lighthearted as it could be, even with the villain being the comic relief, almost like an incompetent Joker in a way, but his incompetence is what made him funny. And in some ways, you almost root for the guy, kind of going towards the fact that towards the end of the show, it's more of a friendly relationship between himself, or the villain, and the character sent to stop him. As for the show kind of runs off a plot and subplot basis, but I don't really know. I don't really feel the need to explain the entire story of it. Basically, it's not relevant here, at least as of now. Maybe somewhere down the line I might do like a TV event, maybe like 14 or 15 acts in, if I can get that, if I choose to go that far, which I probably will. I quite enjoy making this series just because it's just like I can talk over cars. Speaking of cars, let's actually start the race. You know, 16 angles on pole. And I'm right in front of myself. Shorter race here, even though the laps are shorter here than they are at Monza. I kind of figured this race might get boring, and therefore sort of planned ahead for that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, 16 years is absolutely gone already. X3 can try and give chase, but I don't really know if you've got any of the requirements to do that. And with So Fast here, I don't know if you have anything to do that. Who in the name of... Hello, Burn, just dive underneath 4 other cars. I saw that on the map, I couldn't see it physically, but I saw it on the map and I was like, okay, what idiot... Oh yeah, Burn, probably. Alex is sent back down to last. That's a new one for him, for sure. Let's see how he reacts to this concept of the last position. Oh, deny. Racecam was having none of that nonsense. What is going on up there? Oh, it's me and Ryan Storm, the 2 narrators. I'm probably still hashing out with him for putting me in that terrible car in Act 5. That did not feel pleasant. But because of like just how lighthearted Phineas and Ferb is, well, it's a kind of very refreshing show to watch because of it. And the music is like... Lyrical music takes a lot to get me impressed, but some of the music on that show, especially given the tones, like, I'm a heavy metal guy, like, or heavy rock. So, your Metallica, Megadeth, specifically Dream Theater, Avenged Sevenfold a little bit of Queensryche, that's actually what I'm named after. Someone was out of line down there just a wee bit, and I'm very confused by that. We have like 3 groups. We have this back group here, and then splitting that is, well, kind of it's branching out now, but it was Ryan, Silhouette, Carbon, and myself. We're quickly catching the 2 remaining BMWs in the field, and then we have the two other BMWs, and then we have the Burn and So Fast chasing XT3, while X16 Angels has the time of his life. Probably at least 7 seconds ahead. So I'm in a BMW sandwich, and the bun is very displaced at this point. Looking at the dots, I thought somebody crashed back here, and then I realized that Danny has, like, no speed in this inferior Supra. Alex has passed him like he was absolutely standing still. As I easily clear the 2 BMWs. There's still about 6 whole minutes of race time to go, if not more than that. I slowly engage, or attempt to engage the lead 3, which that job may become easier if that keeps happening. As Burn just forced XT3 out of the way. I'm surprised it didn't go more for that than he already did. It is Burn you're talking about. He would know what the limits are if they smacked him upside his alien face. Oh! And So Fast also gives him a piece of his mind, which will also make way for myself. Or not. Basically, Phineas and Ferb was just a little too lighthearted to fit in this, this sort of concept of, like, the whole... There's a crazy evil thing trying to do, like, manipulate reality and all this other stuff. It doesn't really fit them too well. But the concept of driving cars fits them pretty well, given the fact that in the show they're like Phineas and Ferb, these like genius inventors. They're kind of like Dexter split into two different entities, and they don't have a weird accent. Well, actually no. Ferb is British, so he does have an accent, but it's not. He doesn't talk much anyway, and then when he does, it's an accent for sure, but it's not nearly as like outrageously humorous as Dexter's. I think it's a Swedish or Dutch accent. I'm not entirely sure what his accent's supposed to be. I don't know if could ever get any confirmation on what his accent / like heritage is, but regardless, his voice is a thing to hear. It's a very unique one to hear. I can produce words properly now. I passed so fast in the commotion. His first minute is immediately on top of XC3 before we even, like, all the way down the straightaway, and he's already about to pass him. Okay. Well, not that easily, but... Oh, yeah, pretty much that easily. Well... Raceman is, wasting no time. Just a quick, clean move to the inside, and we'll see you at the finish line. I've immediately caught up to Burn now, with a little over a lap to go. I have a funny feeling I'll get around him by the end of the race. And 60 Angels, yeah, as I expected, is pretty close to starting the final lap of the event with a dominating performance. Whether or not my car is faster, I don't know, because I've had to pass vehicles on like every lap, so. I've also been stuck behind them as well, so that slows me down a considerable amount. The lap times are already getting faster, because I've just had to pass fewer cars and or faster ones. I don't know why that random 07's there, or the 33. I don't know what that is for. Or the 15. What is the... what? What are these numbers for? Is it the lottery numbers? I don't know. I'm very confused. So 60 Angels will probably win by at least like 16 seconds, assuming I'm even faster. Which are on this track with 3 pretty decent length straightaways, I highly doubt. Not to mention a few corners for me to use the vehicle's agility to make up time. This man is still getting to business, though I think he's running out of time here. If this were a 6 lap like Monza, we'd have probably him on at least 3rd. I don't know, probably 3rd. He wouldn't get around me, I don't think. Yeah, he wouldn't get to me. I'm like 4 seconds up the road already. You're trying that here? Hello? That ain't gonna work. Don't confuse so fast, but I guarantee you're not getting around him. Yeah, no. You're actually gonna get really close, but it's not gonna work. Did he get him? No. He did. He did. He got him. Raceman got that 4th place. And he would, of course, pass Burn probably down the straightaway. Oh, yeah. Easy. Of course, that no longer matters. The race is over, genius, but... Okay. Byrne still isn't happy about being passed, despite the fact the race is over and that third place is his. All the BMWs finish in a row. 6, 7, 8, 9. What in the heck is that? What is that? And now we go to Classic Silverstone. I am leading points by a whole 2. And then from this 16 back to So Fast, another 8 more to Raceman. So, back to the first topic of, like, why they're not here, or yet, at least. I won't say that they're not ever going to be in the series, just that they weren't in the canonical part. For a reason. I had to, like, move my mic around because I was trying to scratch. But like their tone is just too bright, especially if you've actually like seen anything of Fusion Fall, or if you actually looked at that video I linked in episode 5 of Act 10. You would know that that game, both from ambience and from like a plot perspective, had some pretty dark tones. Plus the concept of the girls being 16 in that version of, or that rendition, adds to the, common sense that they can now drive, especially given that they have human ligaments rather than what they have normally. But Phineas and Ferb are still like 8 years old. Still Phineas and Ferb, and those other characters are like 8. At least the kids anyway. There's older characters besides them. The villain's in his 40s. They have an older sister who's like 15, I believe, but starts are always interesting here, that's for sure. So the shadows on the cars are bugging out. There's a Countach in every row. Except for the second row. Where it's Carbon, Race Cam, and Danny. Or Race Cam. There's right there. Well, there's no death yet, but the cars on the inside are always at a risk of getting that treatment. 16-year-old seems unpleased by that and rattles that cage a tiny bit before running off. Past all 3 of Byrne, XC3, and Silhouette for tagging. I think that's that I don't even know. That's so fast up there, actually. No, that's Chaos. How'd Chaos Viper get up here? Well, granted, Byrne is also up here as the 16-year-olds, but still. 16-year-olds gets kind of spooked and doesn't go for that. I am taking a line. How'd I get up here also? I moved up 4 spots. I didn't even notice. I'm in like an orange, like, oversized Mario Kart. How did I not see myself pass 4 cars? 5 cars? 6 cars? 7 cars? Okay. I might have done a little overkill with the whole my car superior thing, but like, I don't know. You've always said it's the spectacle, not the fairness of the competition, so. Plus it does try to emulate who the better drivers are. Even though, of course, if that's the case, Alex should have like a Ferrari. Like he usually does, in fact. And, well, Alex is still leading, as a matter of fact. He's in the lead now, so maybe he doesn't even need that. But, like, that wouldn't be in this car. He'd be in, like, a much sportier one, much a little more accurate to his own vehicle. I'm already within range of Alex after 1 lap and starting 12th. I don't know how I work, but I do. As Denny's just getting paraded by like every other car. And Raceman is once again on a mission to pass every known automobile. I'm actually like conceiving in my head what would be almost like the concept of a cartoon or probably will be cartoon, but TV based act in like 14 or 15. I'm in the lead now. Past Alex somewhere after the finish line, I guess, since it recorded his split time to me. And then I was no longer behind him, so that became irrelevant. That doesn't make sense. But yeah, so that's the basic idea. Phineas and Ferb, not only they're not Cartoon Network, they're Disney, which I imagine is not the channel you know much about compared to Nickelodeon and CN. But the dark undertones that the Powerpuff Girls, especially in their 16-year-old Fusion Fall counterparts, are absolutely not there in that show. So while they are tech whizzes who could probably drive a car even at 8, in fact they do in the movie, they not the movie, the show, they drive a stock car, basically. Burn and Mojo Jojo are battling. This race is, well, not really the most thrilling ever. But also on top of that, with Phineas and Ferb's like cast of characters too, it'd be hard to pick one or two to put in, because I wouldn't want to oversaturate it. Again, the whole 2-to-1 rule of Hot Wheels characters over additional characters. With the combination of the Powerpuff Girls, myself, and then Mojo Jojo being like the so far highest count, with 5, but technically I would allow 6. So one more after that would be allowed if it weren't if it were myself, that is. So it basically would be 5 additions and then myself, and then 9 Hot Wheels drivers. At least from here, where I don't have intentions of Carbon appearing again, because of the fact that he's basically being defeated right now. Hello, Burn, how are you? That scared the crap out of me a little bit there. There's chaos. I need to have like a list. I need to write down a list of all the additional characters that I've used, not including Chloe, because she's like a throwaway. I don't really know if I never really liked that idea at all. I just needed a counterpart for Madison that made any amount of sense, but Madison is official. Chloe is like a stand-in or like an extra. I guess we'll do that one while this video is uploading and I'm in the bathroom. I guess you don't really know I need to go to the bathroom, but I do. Probably start writing that out, because I can think of at least like 7. Oh, what the? Wow, that was violent. Alright, I guess we ain't done yet, because we gotta see that again. Chaos Ever just, like, Falcon punched him. Captain Falcon's not even in this championship at all. There it is. VIP. How did that not stick out more? I was not even expecting to just see a car just get, like, slingshotted off the stage. Be gone. Well, Carbon could have even kept it on the road, but he, like, overreacted. The second time he's been smacked into oblivion, basically, like, almost an identical way, but there wasn't a wall there in Monza. Carbon will continue, though, so I guess there is that, you know. He won't score now, but he still decides to finish the race. He will not go down that easily. Takes more than a few cheap shots to make him cry. That's, God damn it. Oh, and 16 Angels eventually caught Alex, and appears that he will also pass him based on just how much more power he has than Alex. Raceman wasn't far away, another lap, and I think Raceman would have also had to contend with him and probably also pass him because Alex is in a Countach, which is not the best car here. So I will claim a less dominant victory than usual, but I still win. 16 Angels will follow about probably 8 seconds behind if I... Oh, okay, never mind. I did not count that at all. That's 16 seconds. Top next two were pretty close, and then, you know, Burn in 5th, Chaos in 6th, that in 7th. XC3 was doing well. I don't know what the heck happened there. He wasn't run into. I know that. Yeah, okay, never mind. I was thinking of a different race. Yeah, he did well at the last race. He did decently at Red Bull Ring, but he didn't do a damn thing here. Yeah, I think the lap times sort of prove or show that right there. My lap was 3 seconds faster than anyone else's, and second was just 16 Angels. So yeah, I don't think there was anything really challenging me there, and that is it for this episode, as I have now created a 5-point deficit to 16 Angels, and so fast didn't get any closer to 16 Angels, but Raceman definitely got closer to him. It's very clear now who the dominant vehicles are in this event, that's for sure. And that was partially the point, at least for myself. It wasn't so much a deal, or it wasn't so much the original idea for Raceman and 16 Angels to be these dominating drivers per se, very specifically, but that's kind of how it ended up with the way that they selected their cars. They didn't really have Act 1 rides, and 16 Angels always used the same Corvette, even in Act 1. But this is like Act half. This is like Act 0. Like Universe 0. It's like Act 0, with all that stuff. I don't know. Those very broken words there. I'm doing it again. I'm doing it still. Danny is the only driver who still has not scored. You know, he won the first act. You'd think he'd be doing something even in that car, but I guess Danny he got one good hit and now he's just overcome by it, but he doesn't have the car to even get it himself. Even when he did it, he had to have some assistance from somebody else creating the wreck, and then he just made it worse, so... That shall do it for part 2 of Act 11. I can't preview the next one because I just physically haven't made it yet. I don't even know what it would be. Act 12 may be the cartoon idea, assuming that you're not like 100% opposed to the concept, which, I don't know. You've been pretty generally acceptant of the crazy ideas that I've had so far, and that's kind of why I keep having them, because I know you don't really have a limit, mainly because it's not really your series, so I guess maybe it's partially you don't even care what's here. I don't really know. Other than curiosity / like loyalty, I don't really know, to be perfectly honest, what keeps you ticking when it comes to this series. Not like I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying, like, what is it with you? What is it to you that keeps this entertaining, other than the occasional crash? That, well, has become less infrequent now, given we have volatile personalities in unresponsive vehicles like the Countach and even apparently the Toyota Supra, which I wouldn't have thought, but you know. I guess it's more just the volatility of the driver for that one, more so than the car. But when it's the Lamborghinis, given that the Lamborghinis are driven by people like Alex, and I mean, Alter Ego isn't so sane, but Burn is in one, So Fast is in one. They're pretty level-headed, especially So Fast. I mean, we all know what he's been through, and the fact that he hasn't gone all Home Alone on us yet is just one thing right there. So. Later tonight, I'll work on putting the next bios in the last episode as well as this one. I just have to decide who to do it on, and it should probably be somebody who's relevant to this particular one. So, actually, I think I might. Yeah, I got it. I know what I'll do. Since they're literally the only two drivers in this series that haven't had one yet. Granted, one is one with not much to go on, and the other one is, well, not even based around anything at all. It'll be race cam and so what, by the way. Just kind of save you the calculations. It's race cam and so what. Race cam only appeared in one game. He's driven in 3. Beat that DS, Track Attack, and Stunt Drive Challenge. No, he's in World Race 2. Never mind, I'm dumb. He's in 4. But Race Game doesn't really have a personality besides I am camera. I make random beeping noise when this guy with red hair talks to me. And then we have Silhouette, which was literally just taken out of nowhere and just somehow given a personality that way, and therefore, like, exists. Like we know is a premise, sort of, but just like, there will be a lot of improvising as to what Silhouette is. I got a plan for him later, down the line. Or at least I have a potential plan for him if a specific turn of events occurs. But I don't really know if it will. So anyway, before I continue to spoil my own storyline, let's just end the video now.